Life is exhausting. Exhausting as hell. Every day the same. Get used to this. I don't want to ever get used to this. But I keep on living in this bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Fuck. Yeah, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. But like I said, I cannot cope with non-existence anymore. The more I see, the more I cannot deny that energy cannot be destroyed, can only be transferred. Meaning, unfortunately, I can only share accordingly what I see objectively. And what I see objectively, make no mistake that we are not here by mistake. And things like antinatalism is not practical because it's not the breeders, it's not the puppets, it's this Ouroboros reality that is breeding its own its puppets, using its decoys, your parents as decoys, to spawn your ass within his shitty game, to feed on your misery and your flesh until it decides to kill your ass, and then rinse and repeat. Energy cannot be destroyed. That's why I say we are fucked eternally. We cannot die. Death is an illusion. Time is an illusion. The divine is exclusively evil, and we are all part of it. Mouth and an ass. It's the Ouroboros. That's why every living creature within this universe, infinite amount of sentience, has got a mouth and an arsehole. We are smaller Ouroboroses of the bigger Ouroboros. Parasites crawling in the belly of this one bigger parasite. And like I said, and I'm saying it again, the bigger parasite is God. Is eating on our assholes. You know what I'm saying? Holy fucking Jesus. Oh my God. This is very bad news. Okay. So everything here we see, all the cute puppies, the green bullshit, your fleeting pleasures, your video games, your whacking your willy, porn, food, entertainment, whatever, what not the case, even sleeping, whatever, all your little fleeting pleasures are just all distractions. Even love, so-called love, couples, friendship, social life, chasing your cheese, making money, whatever, you know, in situation you might be chasing your cheese. It's all bullshit. It's all a distraction to cover up as icing over the cake to what's really going on here. I've scraped off all the icing and I see the cake itself at its surface level for what it is. And the cake itself is filled with maggots. There's no end, there's no good ending. That's why I'm saying we are eternally fucked. Death is a fucking illusion, motherfucker. This is exactly what I'm saying. It is extremely despairing. I cannot see a way out. I regret this reality revealing itself to me. It's divine mouth chowing at our asses. It's an eternal hunger that cannot be satisfied. We are fucked beyond fucked. There's no reason for us being existing. There was no reason for your ass to be spawned within a shitty world other than to be eaten by God. God has got a mouth and an arsehole and it's eating us. This reality is eating us. This is why you suffer misery, depression. That's why you feel shitty. It doesn't matter what you do. Okay, that's why lasting happiness don't exist in hell. because God is literally eating you in every sense of the word. I am telling you the truth. Don't let anyone lie to you. We are in a hell. There's no heaven. There's no devil. Also, because God is the devil, and there is only a hell which you and I are part of. If that wasn't the case, we wouldn't have been here right now, being eaten by the divine, which is exclusively evil, doesn't give a shit about your feelings. It knows about it. It knows about your suffering. It knows it's not stupid. It's not. This reality is not stupid. Trust me. It fucking knows you better than you know yourself. It created your ass from the scratch. It created your brain, the holder of thoughts, which the Ouroboros generate that shit for your brain. The holder, not the generator, the holder of thoughts, which you do accordingly to those, according to those thoughts, which is given to you by the Ouroboros. Okay, and your pleasure and pain levels, your hopes and dreams, your disappointments, how you view this world, your perception, your belief systems, how retarded your program would be. This whole reality is a lie, and there's only a few in this world that see this cake, that see the cake for the way they are, and not the icing. The icing is the facade. It's just the green bullshit and cute puppies, the couples, it's all about love. While we get down here suffering bullshit in the hell realm. Bitch, hell realm. Energy cannot be destroyed, because time is an illusion. If that wasn't the case, we wouldn't have existed now. But here we are, we exist. Why? Because we've eternally existed. Time and death is part of the programming. It's just a facade to make you believe. It's almost like another religion. It's like you're coming from, how can I say? You're coming from religion, right? Praise the Lord. And then you go to, fuck, that shit don't work because God and Jesus ain't listening to my prayers. You know what I mean? Okay, let me go to New Age. Okay. Oh, I'm God experiencing earth through me, having this all experience. It's a school. Let us for soul evolution. And then your suffering and your bullshit continues, and you're like, no, fuck. This feels more like a hell, not a school, because the fillers falls off your eyes and realize your whole life was a lie. Everything is a lie. Everything is bullshit. Why am I still suffering? But I'm praying 6 times a day and I'm still suffering. Okay, then that shit is not good for you anymore. Then you go to the next level and you say there's no God. Okay, science. Now you're coping with non-existence. Oh, well, why is your ass doing in a hell? And then you take it even further and you're like, okay, how the fuck can something come from nothing? Then the common sense starts to kick in even further, even more so. You say, oh fuck no, we didn't evolve from monkeys. Then even science, you realize even science is a fucking lie. You go to the next level, oh, it's a soul trap. I must have a soul. And motherfucker, like I said, if there was something so advanced to trap souls, your ass not getting out. It's not a soul trap, because it cannot be observed. Spirit, physical matter. Then you take it even further. It's like, you know, even if I was a powerful soul, I wouldn't have been here. Yet here I am in a hell, suffering amongst other NPCs, gaslighting me, which I didn't know nothing, didn't ask for anything. Everything that was imposed, this whole existence was forced upon your ass. Didn't ask for any of this shit. Didn't take it even a step further. Okay, so you're coping with the Jesus. That was, and then you went from the Jesus to I'm God, and going through a school, and then the suffering bullshit still didn't stop. And then you went from the school to science. Oh, we evolved from monkeys and there's no God. Death is the end, coping of non-existence. But you were like, oh, hold on, common sense. Something can't come from nothing. Okay, then you went to a soul trap. Oh, we're powerful souls. Hold on. If I was powerful, I wouldn't have been here right now. Okay, in the fucking hell, suffering bullshit, where no one is coming to our aid. Then you go to even a step further. Say, oh, what the fuck? Why do I have a mouth and an ass? I'm a smaller Ouroboros of this rally, which is the bigger Ouroboros. But then again, it must reveal itself to you. And then you'll understand, oh, I'm actually part of it. And energy is consciousness. Consciousness is energy, is one and the same. And then you find out it is matter, and everything is matter. Everything you touch, you see, is physical. And we're all part of it. And something is eating us, okay? So it's and there's no hope. There's no hope. There's no hope in hell, motherfucker. There's no hope in hell. There's no religion, not near. It's not science, not soul trap. We are eternally fucked in our asses. The thing is, the way I see it, right? It's not like you die. The character, you're running a program. The character dies as a program, running on a set of codes, which was programmed your whole existence as a character. You're playing a role as a character within a game of this being, this Ouroboros. Okay, you're playing a role, and then the program gets dismantled, and then that energy, which is you, the consciousness, gets transferred back to the source. That's how I see it. Or it won't die. It cannot die. Your consciousness cannot die because it's energy. It will only get transferred. And every object in the universe has awareness. It's just your focal point, which is your brain, the governor of your consciousness, is not making you aware that everything around you has got awareness, which is part of the source. That's why I refer to ourselves as copies of the original, which we are, the source. Okay, but the source is like everything actually, but our brains are like a focal point consciousness, if you want to see it like that, if you will, a focal point consciousness, where our source is omnipresent consciousness. Like everything, rocks, the ground you walk on, the air that you breathe, nitrogen plus oxygen, and the sky, the blue sky, and the clouds, the sun, the moon, the trees, the bricks, the walls, the gates, whatnot, are part of source, which is an omnipresent consciousness. It is alive. It is alive. Consciousness equals energy equals matter. And we, the livestock, the feeling organisms, which got nervous systems, you know what I mean, for fuck's sakes, are the copies, the focal point consciousness of the omnipresent consciousness. That's why I say we have been temporarily unplugged from the source, not to know what I'm telling you now. Okay, I'm telling you, there's only a few in this world that knows this information. It's scarce as fuck. The people, they don't know. It's not meant for the mass. That we are in a hell, and it doesn't end at death. Your suffering does not end at death of your character. I repeat, our suffering does not end at the death of our characters. You know what I mean? This is not good news. I'm sorry. I'm just a conveyor, or the messenger, or the medium, to portray you this message. I know this is bad news. I wish I could give you some good news, but I can't find any. So the only thing is to, like I said a couple of videos back, is to maintain the body, to cope with your situation, just to take it in and out, day at a time, whatever. Do what you can, and until it is your time to expire, if you know what I mean, and you get transferred back to the source, and then it's up to source what to start. I don't know, it's more like when we get transferred back to our original state, which is source, I believe, which is this bigger Ouroboros. So you go from a smaller Ouroboros, which is your body, a focal point consciousness, which your brain is governing your consciousness, dumbing it down, not to make you aware that you actually also the bigger Ouroboros, which is this reality, the puppet master. So once your character dies within this game or get dismantled, your energy gets transferred back to the source. And your source, then you'll be like, oh, okay, now I see. And source is also suffering. That's why I'm saying your suffering won't end. Your suffering won't end at death. Death is an illusion. Energy is eternal, and energy and consciousness is one and the same. Your consciousness will only be transferred back to the source, and source, which you are and which I am also, and everybody without their knowledge, because conscious, not anyone in particular, we are sharing the same consciousness, which is source's consciousness. And upon transferring of your focal point consciousness back to the source, you'll just continue to play the game by continuing making copies, new copies, and feeding on their misery and their flesh in an eternal cycle of renewal. I'm telling you, this is, and source also is suffering. At least source himself doesn't have a nervous system, I'd say. It's focal point consciousness. It's copies, what I refer to as copies. It's got the nervous system, the cattle of God, which we are. So basically God is using us as cattle, the tail part and section of himself, the lower part of his own consciousness, he is eating. He's eating us. God is eating us as a form of destruction in an eternal cycle of renewal by force, not by choice, but by nature. That's why nature is evil. So God is exclusively evil, not by choice, not because of free will, but due to lack thereof. I see it as a lesser of two evils. It's a lesser of two evils, a form of destruction. He cannot distract himself from something outside of himself because he is the only being that exists, so he has to eat himself. It's dark. Holy shit. Oh my fucking god. Okay, so our suffering doesn't end. Death. It's not reincarnation, luckily. I don't believe you're gonna play another character with another nervous system. I just, the way I see it, you'll be transferred back to the source, which you are, and then you'll just continue to play the game. Continue making copies, continue feeding on the misery, generation after generation after generation after generation into infinity for billions and billions and billions of years. While the universe just continues to expand and to expand and to expand into infinity. Into infinity. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so motherfucking God. Oh my fuck. It's not even, we can't even cope with non-existence. I don't cope with being a powerful spirit because there's no such thing. Realizing that consciousness is energy, which is matter, and it is eternal. It cannot dissolve. It can only be transferred. Holy motherfucking God. You know, and I can't cope with going to heaven because this is it, baby. This is it. This is it. We are part of this reality. Without your knowledge, it's not making you aware. But I'm reminding you, I'm going, this is what it is. This is what it is. It's the Ouroboros. Oh, fuck. Yeah, so I just also want to add to the other video I made about the abductions. These aliens, that NDEs and astrals are actually alien abductions. But before they abduct you, especially when it comes to these near-death experiences, you know, when they keep their NDE accounts on videos, YouTube, whatever, around the world, people claiming that they went outside of their body, what. It's not like they left their body. So what happened was, their heart stopped in hospital. But according to the doctor's account, it's not that they died. They never died. These aliens, what they do is, which is direct manifestations of source, has the power to manipulate the reality. But they before they take your body, they pause the programs, or time, if you will, or whatever, and then they take your body, they replace your body with a dead body. It's like a clone. They have clones of us within their crafts. Maybe not like all of us, but just the script, those ones that were scripted to have near-death experiences within their lifetimes. So they get body swapped, basically. That's what I'm saying, body swapped. So they get body swapped with a clone. The clone body is a dead body. The heart doesn't beat. So they swap with the dead body and then they press play. And the doctors are like, oh fuck, the patient's heart stopped. Yeah, you know, and then they try to revive the patient, what, while they do that shit. Meanwhile, they show the real person that didn't die, the puppet, you know, the person in the craft on a screen, what they want them to see. With the Jesus, the grandma, the live review, gaslighting, guilt tripping, shaming, and whatnot. And then when that's done, they pause the time again with the programs, the doctors, you know, freeze mode, and they do the body swap back to the original. And then they press play, and the doctor's like, oh, there goes her heart again. She's alive. She came back from the dead. No, the patient never died, because we are matter equals energy equal consciousness. The patient never died. It was a body swap. These entities do cloning. They clone your ass. I'm telling you, you know what I mean? It's like exactly your genetics, everything. That's what I'm saying. All these philosophies, like antinatalism, it's a beautiful philosophy, but it's not practical, because the reality itself, the Ouroboros, is the one that spawned your ass from the scratch. He can spawn your ass without using your puppet parents as decoys. He can spawn your ass out of thin air. This is what he can do. Yeah, I'm telling you, it is reality. It is reality. It's making copies of itself. And you and I are smaller copies of the bigger Ouroboros. It's just using your puppet parents and their reproductive systems to delude these puppets into thinking they hold free will when there aren't any. There's no free will. It's not your parents that brought you into this world. It's the Ouroboros. It is this reality. It's a living being. It cannot die. It's eternal, and we are part of it. That's why I say we are fucked. We are fucked. Okay. But anyway, I'm struggling to handle this information. I don't know what to do. You know, I cannot cope with non-existence anymore. I cannot cope with being a powerful spirit. I'm just like, every day I want to wake up in this reality, I'm like, holy fucking Jesus, I'm still in this bullshit. It's like a dream, you know, you want to wake up from a nightmare, but the nightmare doesn't end. There's nothing as horrifying as life, especially when you know this information, that it doesn't even end at death. Our suffering doesn't even end at death of our characters. Our energy just gets transferred, you know, back to the source, and the source is also suffering. Oh fuck, you know what I mean? But anyway, peace.